Hello, everybody. I hope you're well this fine day. I'm here today to talk to you about engagement. Engagement on social media. Oh, the joys. Doesn't it cause us some headaches? We want more engagement. We want more people liking and commenting on our stuff and resharing and buying from us. Yes, we want that engagement because that's what is going to drive the sales. But we never get as much as we want, do we? We just don't. And with the way social media is going at the moment, engagement is getting less and less, especially for small businesses, and it's becoming tougher. And there's a reason that the majority of business owners don't get the engagement they want, and that is because their content isn't engaging enough. I'm going to give you 6 things that you can be doing on your socials to increase your engagement. I think not enough business owners use social media like it's supposed to be used. Social media wants you to be social. The clue's in the name. They want you engaging in on the platform. They want people to stay on the platform. They want people to comment. They want people to like. They want people to see things that keep them there. They want people to be social on there and part of a bigger, wider community. What they don't want you doing on there is selling because they want you to pay to advertise on their platforms. And we all know that when you see somebody selling, it's not an engaging post. It's not something you want to be involved with. So the platforms aren't going to send it far because it's not keeping people on their platform and it's also not making them any money. So, they're not interested. Your audience want social, they want community, they want interesting things, they want educational things, they want things that make them smile, things that make them think. They want all sorts of stuff. So, the first thing that I want you to start doing more of on your socials is adding value to their lives. The people out there in social media land that you want to attract, what do they want from you and your socials? They don't want to buy your stuff. Well, eventually they'll be wanting to buy your stuff, but before they've even met you, they won't. They're not ready to buy. What do they want from you? What do they need help with? What do they need support with? What will they find interesting about what you've got to offer them? Think about that ideal person in your business, the ideal customer, that person who loves your stuff, who raves about how amazing you are, who buys every single thing you put out there, who's probably going to join your team if they haven't already, and they're going to be amazing at it. That person, what do they need? What do they need to see? What top tips do they need? What ideas do they need? Do they like fun content and things that they can get involved with? Do they like to share their opinions? Do they like to see the latest technologies and learn how to do things and get hacks and bust myths with you? And do they like to find out about your day? Do they like to find out more about you? Do they like to talk about themselves? What's going to add value to their lives? What's going to make them want to keep coming back time and time and time again? That is what you want to be putting on your socials, right? Big brainstorm around it. What do they want from you? What posts have done well in the past? What content have you put out there that's got some sort of engagement? What do your customers ask you all the time? What do they need to know? What do they need um, to know to get results? What do they need to solve? What do they need to overcome? What do they need that real support with? What do they desire? Think about all that stuff. All right. The second thing that you can be doing to get more engagement is ask relevant questions to your audience. Relevant, when I say relevant, I mean like you can ask, do you want tea or coffee? Do you like tea or coffee? What's your favorite TV show? All this stuff. Yeah, it'll get you engagement, but it's not relevant engagement. You can't do anything with it. We don't just want engagement for engagement's sake. We want engagement that we can have genuine conversations with around what we do, why we do it, the business opportunity, the products we sell, the services we offer, getting to know people. that are relevant to our business, right? So when you're thinking about questions to ask, they want to be relevant. They want to be ones that are really easy and simple to answer, that don't take much thinking about, that aren't going to incriminate them in any way. Things that they want to talk about, things that conversations that people want to get involved with. So for skincare people, it could be, what have you used before? What memories do you have of the skincare you used as a teenager? What products have you used that have really worked for you in the past? Can you tell us, do you do your morning and nighttime routines? If it's about wax melts or fragrances, perfumes, candles, anything like that, you could ask questions about the memories of scent. What sort of scents do people like? Why do they like certain scents? What's their favourite scent at certain times of year? These sorts of questions can really start to create engagement. There's all sorts of other questions you can ask. I'm just trying to think of some examples off the top of my head. But if you're asking relevant questions, the right people will give you relevant answers that you can then find out more about people, start those conversations going, and it can lead to you selling more products. And of course, getting more engagement because once somebody comments, the platforms see that as great. Yeah, that's people are liking this. I'm going to send it to a few more people who are like the person that's commenting, and you get seen by more of the right people. The third thing you can do is create a following or a community on social media of people who really want to see what you've got to say. You can do this by becoming a thought leader. So, talking about, the difference you want to make, the impact, the what's the word I'm looking for? Like busting some of the myths around your particular industry, showcasing that difference, why your products, why your team, all those sorts of things, shouting people out, the people who do this badly. This what I tend to do is I talk about the industry with a passion and that I'm different from everybody else because I teach it without the spam. I'm there for the industry. I want to make a mark. And I think if you can create that following of people who all love what you do, get what you do, stand for the same thing, whether that's through being a thought leader or being a passionate person talking about the problems that you solve and the needs and the desires your products and services solve, you're going to start weeding out those people who aren't interested. They're not going to be seeing your content as much. If you've created this following of people or created this account on social media that is about who you are, what you do, what you solve, and not just generic, you're going to start bringing in those people who are genuinely interested in the thing you're talking about. You're going to create that culture and that community of people who all get what you're talking about and are going to want to keep coming back for more. You can do this in like groups and community chats, through your platform, your profiles, anywhere that you can create little groups. So Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, anything like that can really help niche you right down into this is the place you need to be if you want this specific support from me. And that can really be beneficial to your engagement in those places because it's all the people who want to be there rather than a following of random people. The worst thing you can do for your social media is just add loads of people to it, follow loads of random people, like suggested friends. I remember being taught back in the day, and it used to make me cringe. Follow 10 people a day, add 10 people as a friend every day. And it was like, right, well, where do I find these people? Well, just go into your suggested friends and just work your way down and just add people who've got mutual friends as you. All I was doing, and if you're doing that, all you're doing is filling your profile with people who aren't interested in what you do. Yeah, one or two might be in the long term, but you're watering down the reach and the engagement you're going to get with the right people. Build the relationships first. Find ways to connect with people first. Showcase who you are and get people wanting to follow you rather than the other way around. Don't you go and follow people in the hope that one day they'll see your stuff and be convinced it's the best thing since sliced bread, because that's not how this works anymore. Social media does not work well for people who do that the same as it used to. So creating that following of people who want to be there is where the magic will happen and the engagement will increase. The fourth thing that you can do is come from that place of serving rather than selling. Your social media should be seen as a service you're providing to your audience. You're going to give away your value, your education, your time on there for free in exchange for building that audience, building the relationships with that audience, engagement, and sales, and recruits, obviously. You are there for them, not the other way around. And this is the bit that will make a huge shift in your engagement and reach on social media. When you start putting content out there that is serving the ideal customer that you want to be looking at your stuff, and the content is all about helping them with what they need, you will start to see a huge increase in followers, in engagement, in sales, in recruits, because you are coming from a different place. You're not trying to just go buy this, join my team. I want you to do this. Come and find this. Come and join my group. Come and follow me. Come and do this because I want you to. Nobody's interested in you. What they're interested in is themselves and what they can get. What is in it for them? So think about what is in it for them. What can you give them through your socials and serve that audience? The fifth thing you can do is let them get to know you. So people engage with people that they like, know, and trust. They engage on content that comes from business owners who show up as themselves, who aren't hiding behind a mask of company images all the time, who not necessarily, show their face, but show their personality through what they're putting out there. Let your personality shine through your content, because that is what people are going to buy into. They're not going to buy into the fact that you sell this particular brand of product, because they can get that anywhere. What they're going to buy into is who you are and why you do what you do and why you love the stuff and the content that you're putting out there. So if you want people to engage with you, you have to show you in some way, shape, or form on your socials. This is why copy-paste posts don't work. This is why Canva images, as lovely and beautiful as they are, and as time-consuming as they are, don't get the same results. People like to see people. They want to be social with people. They don't want to be social with a business. You're a person too before you're a business. So showcase you as well. You don't have to tell them your life story. You don't have to tell them anything personal at all if you don't want to, but your personality has to come through in what you're talking about and how you're talking. Another reason why you don't just copy and paste from ChatGPT. If you're going to use AI tools, make them your own before you schedule them or post them on your socials. If you're going to use scripts, tweak them so they sound like you before you put them up there. If you're going to take a post that somebody else in your team has used, tweak it, make it sound like you've written it, because that's what people are going to buy into, all right? And then the final thing that I'm going to suggest that you do is when you're putting a post that you want engagement on, put a call to action on there for what you want them to do. If you want them to answer a question, ask a question, make it really obvious you want them to answer. Tell them to answer it. People skim read. They are very, very good at just scrolling on social media. But call to actions can stand out. So if you want somebody to engage, if you want somebody to message you, if you want somebody to give their opinion, if you want someone to follow or click or whatever, I know that they say that these types of words can not help with the reach and things, but actually, if you don't ask people to do something or you don't tell them what to do, they're very likely to do nothing. So make sure you've got some sort of call to action on there. You know, give me a hell yes if you agree. Give me an answer to this question. I want your opinions on this thing. Will you tell me below? Be really obvious about what you want people to do because you're so much more likely to get a response then as well. I hope this has been helpful today. I know so much of my sales come from the engagement on my social media, and being able to be social on there has enabled me to meet more people, to build more relationships, and to make more sales. And I know it can for you too. So give it a try. You know, start being a little bit more adventurous with your socials and trying to create that engagement with the right people to lead to your sales.